So today I'm going to be going into some people would call this TMI, but I'm gonna go into some hygiene stuff that I kind of help for myself, oh my god, use for myself and stuff like that. So let's get into it. So the first thing is, when you're taking off your makeup, you want to use like some sort of micellar water of some sort, whether it's all-in-one cleansing water or whatever. You want to just use it, some sort of micellar water, okay, to help get off that makeup. Also, when you're going into sun, do not forget your sunscreen. Since it's summer, whatever, please excuse me smacking my lips. I'm chewing gum. Anyhow, when you're going out into the sun, don't forget sunscreen, facial sunscreen, basically all forms of sunscreen. You don't want to damage your skin. The sun can cause skin cancer, all sort of things, okay? Wear your sunscreen. Please excuse that. Anyhow, facial mist. This has become like a necessity for my dry skin because I have a tendency to have dry skin, but then when it's not dry, it's extremely oily. Okay. I need to go get the rest of the products. Okay, so please excuse that. I didn't mean to lay it on my pop can. Anyhow, body lotion. I like to use this the day after, well, the morning after I shave. Like, basically anything. It is good to use practically anywhere, I would say. I'm sorry. Easily distracted. And then this is a lotion that I am obsessed with. I live for this. This is my life. Okay. I use this as a moisturizer. I use this as a body lotion, a body butter if you will, because it's thicker. Like, let me just have that. Like that. It's luxurious, in my opinion. I wouldn't know anything about luxury. I'm kind of, you know, poor. Anyhow, I live for this stuff, okay? This stuff is my life. My life. Also a tip, you can use this stuff on like your pulse points, where your body attracts most of the heat, and you could use that, put it there, let it set for a few minutes, then apply your perfume or whatever, your fragrance, your mist, whatever. It helps with the locking in the scent so it lasts longer. And then also, most people like to do this when they apply perfume. That's not the way to go. Do this, like dab it instead of rubbing it, because when you rub it, you're just rubbing off most of the product. Okay? How do you get the lovely box of stuff? Yes, this is a Burt's Bees box, okay? Leave me alone. My bad. Okay, so first off, in my skincare, I have several sanitizers miscellaneously laying around with my skincare stuff, so yeah. Deodorant, because, you know, yeah, deodorant. And I have a perfume, a travel size perfume in here with my lovely skincare stuff because, I don't know, applying it just randomly throughout the skincare just makes me feel good. And then also, I would not recommend like hair and body fragrance mist because it makes your hair oily and everything else. But what I would recommend is hair essential oils because they're just better in general. They don't make your hair greasy or oily or anything of such. This will cause like product buildup and everything else and like cause your scalp to peel. I don't know how to word that, but like I would recommend essential oils for the hair. But if you can't afford that, go with this, or just go with your shampoo. I prefer going with shampoo. Don't ask me why I own this for when I go swimming, because, you know, yeah. And then I have this Burt's Bees Beeswax lip balm, because when I'm, like, doing my skincare, I like to go in with this first, and then I go in with a Tree Hut exfoliator, lip exfoliator, to get all the dry skin off. And then I have this hand salve. Don't quote me on that, I don't know how to pronounce that, but like I use this on my hands very rarely actually because I'm not a huge fan of it. I don't like how it feels on my hands. And then I also have this Burt's Bees Vescu ointment. Don't come for me, I don't know how to say that, but like I use it on my irritated skin when I have some. And then also, I have an obsession with clay masks, especially this brand Skin or Believe Beauty or whatever, I don't know. I'm pretty sure that this is Dollar General's brand. I got it from Dollar General. But anywho, I love detoxifying clay masks. They're just so, what's the word? Reviving? Replenishing? I don't know. You guys understand what I'm getting at. But I'm obsessed with these, okay? And they make my skin glow. So, yeah, I'd recommend that. And then I use this very rarely, because my doctor said that I had eczema. So I very rarely use this on my face, like mainly when I'm having a breakout or some sort. But yeah. The next thing is this softening foot cream from Burt's Bees. I use this when I'm getting like really bad calluses and stuff like that, and I'm gonna be hanging out with friends and going out places and stuff where I won't have shoes on or some sort. So I use this when I make plans and some stuff. Anywho, let me go off camera and reorganize this back. Now, something that I would recommend is after shaving mainly your legs, I would go in with like baby oil or something along the lines of that. And then for mental health, like helping yourself relax or some sort, is either journaling in a small journal or a big journal. Doesn't really matter. I am both. I don't know why. But like, I've been getting into journaling a lot more recently to help with my mental being. And yeah. And then if you're not into journaling, there's always sketching or drawing or whatever you'd like to call that. And then there's also coloring, which I tend to love coloring for some reason. I don't know why, but I do. And then there's also pre-planning your day. I used to be into that. I'm not a huge fan of pre-planning the day before, because, you know, yeah, I'm just not a huge fan of that anymore. But also, another way to express myself and to like help with my mental being is accessorize, like with outfits that I think, jewelry wise, I love jewelry. Jewelry is like my life, in my opinion. Okay, also I got these and haven't worn them, so I thought I'd wear them for this video. Don't know why. It literally does not make any sense, but whatever. Anyhow, most necklaces I own don't even fit me anymore because I have a thick neck. Either that or just they go over the head and it just won't go over my big head. So, also another way to detoxify your lovely mental state is sitting down, reading, listening to music, something of that sort. I have a tendency to be obsessed with listening to music and detoxing by listening to a bunch of music, blocking the world out, which I would not recommend because desocializing yourself from beings or detaching or whatever you want to say just isn't the way to go, because then you become antisocial like I was for several years, and then look at me now. I'm a social butterfly, or so I can be. Depends on the person, or if I get a good vibe from them, then I'll be a social butterfly. But if I get a bad vibe, I just won't go near them. That's just how it works with me, and I don't really know why. It just is. Another way to take care of yourself is care about your health, care about what you eat, care about, let's say, energy drinks. Don't consume a bunch of energy drinks because it can cause malfunctions to the heart, the liver, the kidneys, basically anything that you need to live, like your pancreas. Just all those things can cause, like, just by drinking an energy drink can destroy your life. Yeah, it may make you feel good, happy, whatever, for like a short second time, but it is not recommended by many people, especially doctors and stuff like that, because of what it does to your body. Now, coffee is also not recommended because it makes you lose water that you need to stay hydrated, but you can replenish that water by adding the same amount of water to the coffee that you drink. So, yeah. And then, like, mainly taking care of yourself involves drinking enough water, taking, like, your vitamins or whatever, so on and so forth. Anywho, that concludes basically everything that I have to say about hygiene, taking care of yourself whatsoever, about anything about your health or your body or anything, your mental health, stuff like that. So I'm gonna conclude this video and end it here. Goodbye. Have a good day. God bless you all.